everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Francis and I am so happy to be with you guys here today. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Francis and I am here today to do a little bit of a tag because I was tagged by Bookish Babbles into the Literary Lovers tag, which is an original by her, and she is gonna have her channel right down there. And because of her, I am here today with my beautiful girlfriend who has a channel of her own and who can show up now.
Hi! Hi everyone, I'm Simmer V.
So she's Simmer V. Her channel is gonna be down there as well. And you're welcome. And we're gonna do the bookish, the tag, the Literary Lovers tag, created by Bookish Babbles. We have the questions right here, so we're gonna be starting in a little bit. I don't think we're gonna be chatting that much. We're just gonna be answering the questions.
Yep.
Okay. That's fair enough. Okay, so we'll just jump right into it because Bookish Babbles carved a pumpkin, but we have no. Well, there's a pumpkin back there. That's about it. So yeah.
Oh, and you have bats because I'm Batman.
Oh yeah. You had to do that.
I did.
She has been going around the house saying, "I'm Batman" everywhere.
Well, you know, my mother-in-law gave me this amongst other Halloween things, so you know, I saw fit because it's Halloween.
And because she loves her mother.
Yes.
I hope it's catching all of this. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Shall we? Okay. We are chatting. So the first question. Well, this is a quote. Bella and Edward.
Eles têm, tipo, as perguntas têm prompts.
I know.
So.
Bella and Edward had an interesting meeting when the lion fell in love with the lamb. Share the story of how you met. And this is actually quite complicated, because we kind of met 3 times.
Yeah. We have the story of how we met, the story of how we met, and the story of how people think we met. People as in my family.
Her family. My family knows everything about it.
You want to start?
So, I mean, yeah, I can. So, basically, we the first time it's very unromantic because we met through the internet. The real thing. The first time we met through the internet. I went into the internet just looking to meet new people, meet new friends. And I found her. We started chatting and talking for a while. We were actually, she was actually the first one saying, "This is just a friendship. I don't want anything else." And I said, "Yeah, sure, I agree. Sure." Sure.
Fast forward to 2 months later.
1 month later.
No, I was saying when we started dating, but okay, you're saying
okay, yeah,
when we met. Yeah, we met like a month and a half after we started talking. And after like 3-4 days after our first meeting, after our first and second meeting actually, he invited me out on a date.
Oh really?
Yeah,
but
on
I wasn't
a real
with
date.
her. I texted
Oh
her.
yeah, he was at the movies and he texted me. He was like, "You know, I'm going to the movies. You want to come?" And I'm like, "No," because he was with his brother and a friend. So I was like, "No."
And then when we were at the movies, me and my brother and my friend, I was texting her, actually thinking, I want to invite her out, like really invite her out. And then I texted her saying, "Yo, this is it. Here's the thing. I'm interested, okay? So, do you want to come out with me on a real date, like a real thing, really, or not?" And she took a while to answer.
Yeah.
And you can actually tell your version of that. How did you react?
I remember I was at home and I was in bed for some reason, and then he texted me like, "I'm interested. You want to go on a date with me?" And I'm like,
So blunt.
What? Say what now? Then after hyperventilating in my head for a while, I said yes because I was kidding myself if I were to say I was not interested in him. So we went out on a date. He is like super romantic. Let me just put it out there. Our first date was a picnic on the beach, supposedly at sunset, but this was almost summertime, and so it was already like, I mean, the sunset took a while.
Yeah.
And
It was like until 9.
Yeah, and then we went out for a concert. of a friend of mine, and one of the things about our first date that I still tease him about to this day is how long it took for him to kiss me.
I didn't want to overstep,
Overstep
on any boundaries.
To overstep any boundaries, I know. But I still tease him. I always say to him, it took you 3 hours to kiss me.
Because she was like getting closer and closer and closer, and I was still like, because the first time,
How much?
Because of the first time, because you were the first one saying that just friends, just friends.
You invited me on a date, and I said yes.
Sure.
What do you think was gonna
I had
happen?
to be sure. Well, that's actually one story.
That's one. No,
Because-
that's the first and second stories.
No,
No.
there's the first story of how we met
Yeah.
online. Then we really met in person.
Yeah.
Then
We
we started dating.
we
But
went-
there's the other story.
Yeah, but let's just say when we first met, we went to a museum together.
Yeah,
That's what we
that's the
did.
first time we met.
Well, I texted
And
him. I texted him and I was like, "Look, you want to meet a little bit earlier and we go out for coffee?" And you're like, "Sure." We met, and then
No, you were actually.
I
said-
invited
said-
you for coffee.
But you said something like, "I'm going to this museum," and
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
wait,
okay.
is that an invitation?
Okay.
Are you
So
inviting me out?"
the thing is, he had invited me out like 2 or 3 times before that,
Yeah,
and I always said no because I wasn't ready.
and then I said, "Okay."
Yeah,
just
and
tell
then
me.
I knew he liked museums. And then this one time, there was this new museum that opened. I was like, I want to go see this museum. Maybe. So I was like, look, I'm going to see this museum. You want to...
Tag along? Well, you didn't say that.
No, yeah,
You're like,
I
"I'm
was
gonna
just
see
like...
this museum. But I
Are
don't
you
know if it's your type
Yeah,
of
are you interested
museum."
in this museum? He was like, every museum's my type of museum. It's not an invitation.
You make it sound so cheesy.
I know. And
But
yeah,
then, yeah.
he said yes. And then I was like, you want to meet up for coffee? So we met an hour earlier. And what happened
didn't have
was
coffee.
none of us had coffee because we're not really coffee people. In the end, we ended up going up a very big avenue in our country because he
Yeah.
forgot to lock his car. So he made me walk.
I knew I had forgotten. Like, I left the car and I walked for like 10 to 15 minutes. And then when I was almost at the place, I remembered, like, shit, I forgot to lock the car. So I had 2 options. Either go back running and come back running to be on time, but lock the car and be all sweaty. Or just trust that the car wasn't going to be stolen and wait for her, and then we would both go up there calmly. That's what happened. That's the second part happened.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be all sweaty.
Yeah, then we went to the museum, and apparently one of the things that made this guy really happy was when the museum guide thought we were a couple.
Yeah, he was talking to us like we were a couple.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It was nice. And I had cut my finger at the time. And
Twice. She always cuts her fingers or she burns herself out in the kitchen.
Okay. Fair warning.
Ah.
I'm a tour guide, so in this museum, I was like, I had a notebook and a pen. I was trying to take notes, write it like this. And at a certain point, he was wondering if he should ask me.
If you wanted. Do
Yeah.
you want me to write for you? Because...
But we didn't know each other that well.
No.
Until at that point.
But
so.
we were comfortable standing close to each other.
True. But then, in any case, because apparently we're chit-chatting a lot.
Yeah.
The
This video is gonna be like 40 minutes long.
The official story of how we met is that we met at a museum, which would be perfectly in touch with our MO because we love museums. So the story is that we met at a museum. I was in a museum, studying. I had my notes and stuff. And when I was looking at a certain piece of tiles, he came up to me and he started chatting and asked for my notes. And that's the story of how we met. This is how he met your mother. I'm sorry.
You had to.
I had to.
Okay, second question, because we're still at the first one. Rhysand, who's Rhysand?
I have no idea.
Taught Feyra how to read. What is something you learned from each other? What is something you learned from
I would say I learned to be a bit more patient, and I learned to be not so much self-sufficient, but I think I'm much more proactive in certain things, and I think you level me a lot. I'm like always all over the place, but he helps to balance me out. That's something you learn from me. I don't think I can teach anything.
Yeah, you can.
What did you learn from me then?
I learned to be out there. To just be myself. No worries about what the others think.
Kuna Matata.
Yeah. That's it. That's everything I'll live for. No, I don't know. I learned a lot of stuff from you. Oh, how to be more organized. Because I'm always messy. See, you're picking on the stuff from a blanket.
I got OCD from always seeing my mom clean and stuff. And then when I met him, her OCD kind of transferred to me. So now I'm the person who's always ranging stuff around the house all the time.
Not that I'm not that messy.
No, he's not that messy actually. It's just I see something out of place and I'm like it's okay. I bet it.
Okay. So Cassian and Nesta have a love-hate relationship. What is something the other person does that you hate? Oh, this was the one. Tell me. Wait. Is it when I don't bring jackets?
No.
Okay.
He's not gonna guess it. The thing that he does that I hate is this is so stupid, but it's he has a very big love for two things I cannot stand, which are camembert and brie.
The cheese.
And he comes over to my house a lot, and so my parents always have either brie or camembert for him in the fridge, and then like he eats a little bit when he's there, and when he
but
leaves,
then it stinks up.
that thing stinks up the fridge, and I hate it. I open the fridge and I'm like, cheese in my face. So I hate that he eats cheese.
I don't think I have anything. That's not something about me. I mean, I like cheese. Well, I hate that you don't like vegetables. I don't, but
I don't hate vegetables.
I said I hate that you don't like vegetables.
I don't dislike.
But I don't.
I just don't like them a lot.
Saying, I don't.
Is there anything you hate about me?
Oh, no, not really.
This guy's mushy to a fault.
I don't. It's not my fault when I see something that I hate about you. I'll tell you.
To be fair, guys, we have been dating for almost 6 months now.
Yeah.
So I think we're still in the honeymoon phase. So.
I think we're always going to be in the honeymoon phase.
See?
Next one.
Next one.
Hermione and Ron have a different skill set. What skills do you have that the other doesn't? What skills do I have that you don't?
Writing?
Tour guiding. I don't have that. That's a skill.
Is it?
Yeah. Our second meeting, it wasn't a date.
Oh, yeah.
She took me and her cousin to some monuments in Lisbon, and she was like telling me. She always was so excited to tell me about the monuments and about the certain small things in the monuments. I'm sorry, and I don't know. I just love that. I think you have that skill set.
I'm sorry, just heard your brother laughing.
I think you have. That's a skill that I don't have. I mean, maybe about other stuff, but not about that.
Fair enough. I hope that's recorded.
It is. It'll make an so. What else? Alien said to Rowen, "I claim you to whatever end. Name something that used to bother you about the other person and doesn't anymore."
The cheese.
It still bothers you.
Not so much. I think I don't notice it as much.
I have nothing again. There is nothing that I know.
Yeah, 6 months.
I guess the only thing that bothers me about you is not exactly you. It's what those things your family does sometimes.
Oh, that's not about me.
Yeah.
So.
Clary and Jace's relationships was originally taboo. What are some challenges you faced as a couple? Her family. That's
Good point.
no, no, not really. We see each other a lot.
We do now.
Yeah.
We see each other a
I mean,
lot
at
more
first as
now.
well.
Yeah, but
We
I
did
think
see each other on weekends every time.
yeah,
from
but
the start.
now we
Compared
see.
to what I had to endure before you,
Oh yeah.
that's nothing.
Oh yeah.
That's perfect.
I'm gonna stop being Batman.
Is it itchy?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay. I don't know.
wait.
Challenges we faced as a couple. I don't think there were many.
Not so far. Again, very young relationship.
Mia and Trick. What is something you love about each other but never talk about? Books.
Yeah.
We actually talked about it earlier today.
We talked about this earlier today, and one thing that we noticed is that we talk a lot, if I can speak, about each other and the things we like about us and our relationship. And one of the things that united us in the beginning, and still does obviously, is books and reading and writing and all of that. And surprisingly, it's the topic we discuss the least. Yeah, the least. I don't know why.
We discuss it sometimes. Sometimes she tells me about the book that she just finished, or I do to her.
Yeah.
And that's good.
For a couple.
Claire and Jamie Fraser. Their love defies time. What are some of your favorite past memories? Ooh, we have a lot.
You want to start?
The walking up and down the avenue. Oh, the one that one time at the museum. I thought it was so cute because she had this flyer, the museum flyer, in her hand.
Oh, that's from
And
the
she was
first
like,
time we
yeah, she was like trying to read it, and suddenly this, draft comes by and sweeps it away from her hands, and she's like, ah! And she goes after it running, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. And she doesn't even remember doing that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I remember a past memory I like. There was this one time I was feeling really, really down. And he works mostly in the afternoons. And this was the day where he worked in the morning. And I told him, I was just feeling crap about something that had happened the day before. And I was not feeling, just well in general. I have no idea what to do. And he was just like, you want me to come over so we can talk things out? And he came over, he brought me chocolate, and he brought me a fake flower. And I know you're thinking, fake flower what? But my favorite flowers are peonies, and we cannot find them here. Or if we can, I've never seen them. So he brought me a fake peony and gave it to me. And then later in the afternoon, he took me to the beach. And we ran around the edge of the water,
Kids.
for like an hour or something, like kids. Everyone was staring at us in the beach, and I didn't mind. It was the best afternoon I had in a very long while. And we talked things through, and everything was fine.
Yeah. Here's some food.
Ah!
I can cut that.
Thank you. Please do.
I have something, but that still goes on. It's when my hands are really, really dry.
Oh.
A lot of the times. And the first time I told her that, she just told me to lie down on her bed. I thought, what the hell is going on? What is she wanting from me?
She's itching my nose. Sorry.
But then she picked up her hand cream and she started, treating my hands. And then now she does that all the time.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
During the video.
Sure, why not?
After.
Okay.
I mean, we could. I don't know.
Well, we can carve pumpkin, so.
There's no pumpkin carving here. Okay. Nesta and Cassian. Who wears the pants in the relationship? That's 50-50. I don't care what you say.
I have two emojis that say otherwise.
every time.
Not failing.
Nope.
Who wears it?
Me.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Absolutely. Leave me alone.
Is that what you want?
No.
That? No.
No, no.
Bye!
No. Next. Dorian and Selena. Have you or will you ever read a book together? If so, which one? I think by together, because I saw their video, they mean like opening the...
Oh, the book and reading it together?
No, I think they mean the same book. Like maybe at different times or at the same time, doesn't matter. But the same book. At the same time.
We will.
We have never done that.
Where we have at least 1 or 2 books we want to do it with. I remember the Tattooist of Auschwitz.
And what was the other one?
Yeah, I'm thinking
The Circus,
about...
the Night Circus.
Oh yeah, the Night Circus.
Yeah. That's for now.
For now. I don't know. For now. You gotta listen to our
Oh wait, this was the last one.
Yeah, now you have the pop quiz time.
Pop quiz time.
Yay!
Oh lord, it's been 30 minutes already. I think. Pop quiz time. A lover should always be attentive. For this one, you both have to answer the questions. You can also make this even more fun by adding a 1-minute timer.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, we don't have to add that. It's
Okay.
ready. So, okay, first question. What is one of my favorite books?
You want to start? Or I start?
You can start.
One of his favorite books
Oh,
is
you know.
certainly Harry Potter. Like any of
There's
them.
another one that you know a lot.
Is there?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Because you know
scared.
why I love that writer. It's right there.
Oh, The Pillars of the Earth.
Yeah.
What is one of my favorite books? Because I told him I cannot choose one.
Fangirl.
Yes. Do you know any other one?
You have the GR Ward ones, but I don't know if those ones are...
It's a series. That's fine.
Okay. Say it. You like the Eleanor Olive... Oh no, the Seven Husbands of Evelyn. Here you go.
Ah, you finally got it right. Yeah, favorite book of this year, without a doubt.
Okay. Who is one of my favorite book characters?
Harry Potter.
No.
Wait, Harry isn't your favorite?
No.
Wait, you know mine. I don't think I know yours. Is it Ron? No.
Wait, from Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can go at it from that perspective, from Harry Potter.
Do you know my favorite Harry Potter character?
Yeah. Of course I do. You talk about it all the time. His one, especially.
Damn it! Who is the other?
Snape.
No.
Sirius. Sirius is the first one.
Yes.
The other, maybe wrong.
It's a girl.
Wait, Hermione?
No.
Oh no, Luna. Yeah, it's Luna. Oh,
Wait.
that's actually Luna. That's my favorite.
Is Luna your
Yeah.
favorite character? Aww.
She's amazing. She's great.
Aren't you so mushy?
I don't know anything about that.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, so you have to answer this again. No,
Yeah.
never mind that. It's okay. We're at home. We're cozy and comfortable. Wait, this is always running away from me. What is a book that got me into reading? Oh,
Harry Potter.
For both of us? You too?
For you.
What about for you?
Yeah,
Because I don't know that
you
one.
don't know that. Me neither. Let's put things this way. My godparents never gave me like toys or anything. My godparents either gave me books or clothes, and it's because of them that I started reading. If you ask me, it's like the first book I've ever read or that I remember reading. I remember asking my parents to read me bedtime stories. I had this like really small fairy tale books that I wanted them to always read to me, and then I just love reading. I don't know how it started. I mean, I know it started because of my godparents, but I don't know the book which started it all. So. Sorry.
How many books have I read this month?
2.5. You're still finishing up.
It's not. It's almost finished. It's 2 3/4.
Yeah, you read the Chalkman. You read that one with the like amazing ending that
Oh yeah.
I don't remember
that's
the name,
good.
and you're still finishing up on Neil Gaiman. How many books have I read this month of October?
You read Eleanor Oliphant.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally fine. Completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn Hugo.
Now when Hugo was September.
Really?
I only read Eleanor Oliphant.
Really?
I started the other
But
one,
you
but I
started,
haven't
okay,
finished
so
it.
one third.
1/3. I'm like in the beginning.
Okay, so one. What is one book I'm very excited to read?
Yes. I was gonna say that one for you too. But you know another one I'm really excited to read, because I started it.
Oh, The Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
I finally got it right.
I've said it like 40 times and missed it every time. This is under pressure, you know I work better than me. So that's it. They tagged a lot of people, and I was one of them. Damn, this is a lot of people.
Yep.
How do you know so many people? Well, who am I gonna tag?
I don't know.
I don't know if people who have boyfriends and girlfriends, or I mean, I don't know. I know some people, but I don't know if they have them.
Well, just tag anyone who's watching.
Okay,
the video.
I will leave the tags down there. I'm not gonna tell them right now because I don't exactly know who's tagged, but I'm gonna leave them down there in the description along with her channel. Be sure to go check it out because it's amazing. She's a simmer. She plays Sims and she does really great at it. And she's always. Oh wait, let's go back one question. One thing that I really like about you. I think that's okay. Yeah, I tell her this sometimes, but I love how you're always, or most of the times, happy. She's a very happy person. She asks me who she was in the pictures, like her baby pictures, with a bunch of other people, and I already know, and I will always know who it is because she's always the happiest one. And I love that about her. She's always so happy.
Bye.
So that's it, guys. That's it. That's the tag. I think we took like 50 minutes or an hour, but that's the usual for us. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe down there in the little button. I think it's down there or down there. It doesn't matter. Somewhere. And leave your comments and suggestions, whatever you want to say there. Leave your likes. Don't leave your dislikes. Go leave them somewhere else. And I will see you at the next video. Maybe she'll join me sometime after. It's gonna be some other time she'll join me. Bye. See ya.